Hello, my name is Joseph Nyan. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a virtual machine. First, these are just like my directories. I have Linux and I have Windows. Mainly you just want to download Linux, and this is where I have my ISO and my OS. My OS is my operating system, and my ISO is also very important. If I go back, my folders have been labeled. So I have my virtual machines, and if I go, I have Linux and I have Windows. Windows has the same thing. It has my ISO and my OS. We're just gonna be focusing on Linux right now, though. So I can go over here, and I'm going to make a new one. We'll just make this. Just name it Vlog Practice 2. Since we've already done this before. For my folder, I will make my folder. Okay, so first you're going to want to make a folder over here. And let's just make this Vlog Practice OS number 2. Or just for funsies. And now I can go back over here and change this. I can go back over here, desktop, and I can go back to my virtual machines, and I can click this one. So select that, it adds it there. After that, you're gonna want to. All right. Next, after that, for my ISO image, I'm gonna go to Other, and obviously I'm in the right spot. Just click this. It's all right. After this, you're going to want to, after that, you're going to want to go to your unattended install. Most of this is fine. I'm just going to set my own password just so that I know what it is. Obviously, your host name can't have any spaces. The system has a hard time processing that or whatever. Normally, okay, yeah, that's just it. Next, you're going to want to go to your hardware. For me, I'm just going to leave this alone because this is just a practice. But normally, like, I'd put this, since I have 6 CPUs, I would normally put like 3, use about half of them. But I'm just going to use 1 and then just go with how many megabytes it tells me to use. After that, I'll go to my hard disk. Normally, this should also just be perfectly fine. And, actually, let me just go back here for a second, back to hardware. I'm gonna go here, my system information, and this shows me all my system information. We'll go to hardware resources, and we'll go to, okay, this should just be here. If you look through, you'll have, like, I've installed my RAM, total amount of memory.
Right now we're using
just a second here.
Virtualbox, which is a great
Alright, here it is. This is my processor. I have like all the stuff, like 300 or 3000 megahertz, 6 cores, 12 logical processors. And this will help me. Let's move this out of the way for a second. This will help me over here. Like, it shows me how much memory I have.
Create a new virtual machine.
Like, I can look over here. Blah 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 blah. Memory, like system, like everything about your computer. Set that back off to the side. Like, as I showed you, I had 6 cores. And yes, normally you just use 3, right? I mean, it lets you go up to like 2 terabytes or something. I'll just put it back down, and that's it. That's about it. For the next one, you're gonna want. Oh, okay. One thing that I just forgot to gloss over. Doesn't really need that open, but back to this. You're gonna want to open components and storage. Right, let me just open this. Like drives. Like this is how much, like the size, and this is how much free space I have left. So if I want to like download anything, it has to be below this. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. So back to this. This shows me it's like how much of your storage you want to use. It goes up to like 2 terabytes or 4 megabytes, right? If I go back to my system information, I have like this much. But for this video, I'm gonna just keep it at 25. There's no reason to mess with it. Now if I go down here, now like all we have to do is hit finish, and there you have it. Right now it's powering up the virtual machine, and while that is happening, I'm going to open up my virtual machine notes and bring these over here. Alright, so this is really, it's just about virtual machines. I have a bunch of subtitles after this I can go into, but pretty much a virtual machine is like a software-based emulation of a physical computer. And before I get really started, all of these answers are from ChatGPT. Just putting that out there. But the virtual machine is a software-based emulation of a physical computer, and it runs an operating system. It runs the operating system and other things like applications, just like a regular computer. But instead of relying on physical software, it runs on those systems, so your normal PC. Move this out of the way. There we go. Okay. Other key features of virtual machines are like isolation, resource allocation, guest OS, hypervisor, and like there's different types of hypervisors. Now, if we go into hypervisors, we have a hypervisor is a virtual machine monitor. And it's like software, firmware, hardware that creates and manages virtual machines. It's like a layer between the actual hardware and the VM, or the virtual machine, and it allows multiple operating systems to run together on a single physical machine by sharing resources. Now there's two main types of hypervisors. Is bare metal. It goes directly into like your main PC or your physical hardware. It provides higher performance and it's more efficient, and it's usually used in like bigger companies for like faster speeds and stuff. Hosted hypervisor runs on top of an existing OS, or the host, and it's usually easier to set up, but it's slower or less efficient due to the layer. It's usually used for like, let's say like you're making the Mars rover, right? You're just making prototypes. It's usually used for stuff like that. Some examples of that are like Oracle Virtualbox, which is what we're doing right now. VMware Workstation. I'm sure we'll get to that in another video. A hypervisor, it allocates resources such as CPU, memory, and storage. Allocate usually means to like distribute. I know I didn't know that word. I had to look it up. So just saying that. Anyway, hypervisor, it isolates the VM or the virtual machine from each other and ensures that they operate by themselves or independently. And the virtual machines can run different operating systems, enabling like flexibility and a good use of the hardware. There's different like applications of hypervisors too. There's server consolidation, testing and development, disaster recovery, cloud computing. My personal favorite would be disaster recovery. Normally you don't like have a favorite, but I know there's been a couple times where I've lost some work, but since I've like saved it, I've been able to be like, oh yes, I can go back to this save point and rebuild from there. And usually your save points, if you're good about it, you'll have a couple, and if you ever need to go back to a certain time to fix something or do something else, you can click on that and go back there. If I go back to my VMs, we can go back down here. The uses of virtual machines, their software testing, server, pretty sure I already went through that with the hypervisors. But the benefit of virtual machines is that you can have multiple of them on a single server, and it optimizes hardware usage. It's flexible and you can run different OSs or configurations on the same hardware. And the same thing that I just talked about, like snapshots or backups, which like VMs can be pause saves or cloned, making it easier to recover from failures in test environments. So basically, it's saying like you can, like a save point, right? You save it, like let's say you're playing your favorite game and you die, but you save right before you died, so you can go right back to before whatever you were doing and finish that out. There's a little thing right here, a little tip that I just saw. And it says an operating system available for everyone, developed for anyone that will just work for anything you need.
Okay.
That's not really helpful. I'm gonna pause this real quick, just so we can wait for this to install, and so I can show you guys like what it does and how to get into it. All right, now my Linux Ubuntu has started back up. Let me zoom into this. Wait for this to boot up real quick.
So if you press your Windows key and you go up here to search bar,
All right. You log in, you click your name, you put in your password. I think I might have misclicked there. All right, we're all set. Basically, it's like, okay. First, this is going to pop up. You can put in your Google account, Microsoft, Nextcloud, Ubuntu, single sign, or whatever. I'm just going to skip all of this. Might be because I'm a little lazy or because I have no clue what to do here. You can choose. But, basically it has all this stuff on here. You got Android Studio, you got Spotify, Slack, Traffic Cone, right? Now, basically, it's like it's a PC, it's a VM virtual machine. It's your computer, right? You go into Firefox. Maybe I'm at like my friend's house and I don't have my account on here, but I bring this with me, and maybe I want to watch YouTube, right? Maybe I want to go into YouTube. Maybe I want to go to because it's really slow. Maybe I want to go to Lang's Computer Sciences, right? And then boom, I got like this awesome guy that I get to watch his videos of, right? Like, look at this. It's so awesome. He's got all these videos. He's even got my friend's brother in it. And he's got the video that I looked at to make sure I did everything right in this video. Basically, that's like how you get into it. Now you want to make sure you power off correctly. Over here, you go over here, power off, log out, and you just power off, and you're good. Now that is how you create, start, and turn off your virtual machine with Oracle Virtualbox Manager. Thank you.